10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Undaunted and unstoppable, we are going to make no Soundbites Allowed. This broadcast is going to come out no matter what. And this means that we're going to be taping it instead of bringing it out live, because the internet gods, we're talking about Google, we're talking about social media, including Twitter and Facebook, they are pissed at us right now. They do not want us to get this message out. They do not like this title. Why? Because the title is Female College Student is Attacked on Campus, on a college campus. Yes, she was. Yes, it's true. And we're going to get that out to you live, because I don't care if the social media doesn't want this message out. I don't care if they don't like to tell people about this. We're going to get this out. So they can try and give me bad signal all day. And the only thing is, we're going to go straight to YouTube and we're going to put it out as a YouTube video. I hope everyone enjoys it. Yes, we want to see your comments. Yes, we want to hear from you. And, you know, it's not live, but that doesn't mean you can't still speak to us, and we're going to pay attention to every word you have to say. With that said, let me get to the meat and potatoes of why we're here. Very simple. We know that racism, sexism, all the isms and ists out there, they're the domain, supposedly, of the liberals, the progressives, the socialists out there. The Democratic Socialists, they claim that they are the people. They're there for the people, and that they're to fight the evil people who are basically everyone else except them. Well, guess what? That's not exactly true. And what we see over and over again is that the rules do not apply to them like they apply to everyone else. Their rules are only for other people, and that's a problem. Because that's not what the Constitution says. That's not what America is about. That's not what the First Amendment is about. The First Amendment is to protect the ideas you don't like. So I am more than happy to allow people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Nancy Pelosi, everyone to go out there and say whatever they believe. Even, God help me, Antifa, when they're not being violent, causing riots all across the country, when they're not inciting violence, because that is the difference. If you incite violence, no, I don't support that, and no one should. And it doesn't matter whether you're on the left, the right, the middle. It doesn't matter. The rule stays the same. Say whatever you want. You don't have to like it, but no one gets to stop it, and you definitely don't get to incite violence either in what you're saying or what you're trying to stop, because that's wrong. And it also happens to be illegal. Now, one of the big things that we notice about that is that we saw recently Rashida Tlaib. She is a congresswoman. And amazingly, this congresswoman has the belief that she can say anything that she wants to, and that it's okay. And she can be as racist as she wants to be. And on the screen, what you see is a quote from Dave Rubin on Twitter yesterday. And he says, quote, "I still can't get over this. A sitting member of Congress saying that people should be hired by the government based on skin color. Progressives' racism must be called out as they try to institutionalize it." And he has a little piece here, which I'm going to play for you. And this is Rashida Tlaib talking in Detroit.
So here we're on page 3. Anybody look like? You said yes, no?
Well, I don't know. I'm not. You know what? And also, analysts need to be African Americans, not people that are not. Because let me tell you, no, it happens all the time.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
I mean, I think non-African Americans think African Americans all look the same. I've seen it even on the House floor, people calling Elijah Cummings John Lewis and John Lewis Elijah Cummings, and they're totally different people. I'm just saying.
Well,
I see it all the time, and I love them because they like go along with it.
well, I trust people
I know.
who are trained,
I know.
regardless of race, regardless of gender.
Yeah.
It's about the training.
But it does make a huge difference.
So,
It does. The animals.
Okay, so the question on whether or not it makes a difference in someone's ability innately, because of the color of their skin, they should be better. because of the gender they're born with or the gender they decide that they want to have. They are innately better. Women are better than men, and gay people are better than straight people, and people who are transgender are better than all of that because they've made a choice. And that has nothing to do with their ability to actually do the job. That has nothing to do with their ability to just be good people. No. It's because they have a color. Because you don't count as an individual. And when you start believing in that kind of thing, when you have Rashida Tlaib out there making racist comments and no one in the Democratic Party is willing to say, hey, stop saying racist things. Stop being a racist. Even as the Detroit, the chief of police of Detroit is out there saying, you are wrong. He has come out and publicly said that you need to stop this. This is racism, and we do not believe in that. Nobody in the news media wants to cover it. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's not trending on Google right now. And if you think I'm wrong, let me show you what Google Trends is showing you right this second. Right this second on Google Trends. If you go in there, you're going to see stories about the Astros. You're going to see Diane Carroll, who is a singer. No one's talking about her. You're going to see Cody Simpson, whoever he is. I don't know, and I don't care. The Big Mouth Season 3, because that's really important to your life. How about Summer Walker, whoever she is? The Twins versus the Yankees. In Tall Grass. Don't even know what it is. It's a book, I assume. Jen Harley, no idea. Rick Perry, guess what? He ran for president. He is the Secretary of Education, as I recall. Energy, excuse me. Correction. Secretary of Energy. And no one cares. Boy Meets World. It's an old TV show. Who cares? Ciara, don't know, don't care. Noel Gallagher, don't know, don't care. Free Guy, don't know, don't care. Addams Family Values. It's a movie from over 10 years ago. We see... These are the things that are important. You know, yesterday, Seahawks, Joker, Atlanta Braves, Dodgers, National Taco Day. Really? These are the things that people are looking for. Okay, so that's really important. But when it comes down to it, talking about whether or not we should hold Democrats to the same standard that we hold every other politician, and especially, God help us, if a conservative or a Republican says something that is even hinted at being anything but absolutely above board, well, then they are absolute racists. That's why me just making these comments right now, there is going to be someone out there who's going to turn around and say, Mike, you are a white nationalist Nazi. And if you're looking at this on video, I think you might think that's kind of stupid, but let's go beyond that. When you hear these kind of statements, when there is a double-edged sword, when some people are privileged and other peoples are not, merely because of the color of their skin or the gender that they are born as, especially if they claim a different one, when we start making these rules based on that and not the quality and character of the individual, well, then we get things like Binghamton University, where we have a young freshman student, a female freshman student at Binghamton University who was attacked for no reason other than she said hello. Think about that. A female freshman at Binghamton University, a major college, was attacked because she said hello. Now, if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, if you think that doesn't sound right, if you think that's kind of crazy, well, let's get into it, because I have her here in the studio with me, along with my former intern, John Rastucia, and he is the Binghamton University College Republicans president. He is also a
College Libertarians president. I am also the recruitment director for the Young Americans for Liberty. I hold a lot of titles.
Yes, you do. And that's why he was my intern, folks, because he does hold a lot of titles. And if it sounds like there's a little bit of an echo, that's because we've got like 3 mics going all at once. So there's going to be a little bit of feedback there. We'll do our best on it. But we now have them on the screen, so you can see why I'm all the way over on the left of the screen here, but also more importantly so that you can hear some of their thoughts, what they think and believe at this moment. Let me say, is there anything that I have said so far that is not correct?
No?
No.
Okay. And by the way, you may be wondering, who is this young woman who's sitting here between me and John? and you haven't seen her on the show before. Why don't you introduce yourself?
My name's Lacey Kestisher. I'm a freshman at Binghamton, and basically I've gained a lot of popularity because I opened up a Turning Point chapter, which hasn't been sitting well with a lot of liberals as of right now. Lots of hate, getting attacked online. All I did, I simply put out a message. I think I said, "Hi, my name's Lacey Kestisher. Feel free to like the page. We're opening up a Turning Point chapter." And then, I don't know, people just didn't like it and then just started attacking me.
Well, you know, it's more than just that, because it didn't just go, hey, well, how do I explain? See, I went to the webpage, and everyone can go there. It's on the
Facebook.
You can go in there and check it out for yourself. Matter of fact, I'll show you a screenshot so you know exactly where to go. It's Binghamton University, Turning Point USA. Okay? And you can go right there. You'll see, and I'm not going to show any of the names of anyone on there, so I'm not going to move the page around. But you can go on there for yourself and see. It's very innocuous. And the thing that got me, and why we have this program going on right now, Echo and all, and why Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all are denying us the ability to get online to tell you about it live, is because on that page, the very first post was you, Lacey, saying, "Hello guys, hey, we've got this Turning Point chapter at Binghamton University. Hope it's going to be great. We believe in free speech. Talk to you soon."
That was ultimately what I wrote, because basically we speak on fiscal issues and just promoting free market and really taking ownership over your economics and financials. And I was just saying hi. I'm trying to be friendly on the page, just really invite everybody onto it. I don't really care if you're progressive or whether you be conservative. It doesn't matter. We're just trying to open up a conversation right now. And the feedback ended up being racist.
You were directly called a racist, a white nationalist. You were told that you're working with a nationalist, racist organization. They disparaged you. They attacked you. And if I was a Democrat, if I was a progressive, I would say that there was mansplaining going on and that they were using their male white privilege to attack you as a woman and to belittle your liberties as a woman because they are vile, sexist beasts. That's what I would say if I was a progressive.
Yeah, I was just thinking, if you flip it the other way around, if I was hypothetically opening up a progressive club or something, and then men, like, it was mostly men that were attacking me on the page also, because I looked directly through their profiles and I found that they were left-leaning. And if I was...
More than a bit.
Yeah, exactly. And they, I was just thinking about it. If I was a liberal woman, I was being attacked by conservative men, the media outrage would be... I don't even know.
The media would be all over this.
It'd be over it.
We'd already hear this on national news, that how dare a freshman young woman go to a college and be attacked for speaking about her thoughts and beliefs. How dare the men attack her and belittle her for her beliefs because they don't like it. How dare they do that? These are the progressive rules that we're speaking about right now. This is the progressive language that I am using. And it just so happens that it's being used against progressives. But these are their rules. These are their words. And how dare they then turn around and say, oh, you can't do that. By the way, folks, I want to give you a quick glimpse. In case you're wondering, well, Turning Point women, I heard all about this. Is that Candace Owens? Is that Charlie Kirk? They're kind of out there. Let me tell you what this is actually about. Going to their website directly on the Turning Point USA, it is their mission statement, and they are there for educating students about the importance of fiscal responsibility, limited government, and free markets. I don't think anyone wants to see students who aren't fiscally responsible. You may or may not like limited government, but I don't think too many people are against free markets unless you want to give up your iPad and your Starbucks right now. It goes on in Turning Point USA to say that they identify student activists in every corner of the country who believe in limited government and individual liberty. If you don't happen to like that, keep in mind that right now you have progressive organizations, democratic socialists, going out to get students to try and convert them all into a socialist government, and they don't believe in individual liberty, they believe in the group. If one can do it, why can't another group? Let's go back to what they say there. They want to register students to vote. I think if you go to any college campus right now, you're seeing progressives, Democrats, liberals are going whole hog on trying to get students to register to vote.
Can confirm. Yeah. They have a whole center on campus on the university called the Center for Civic Engagement, who have been shown to be far left, very far left, in fact, as someone who used to work for them. They sent us to a conference, and one of their speakers was Sean King, for those who don't know, the far left activist, claiming to be nonpartisan organization. So, I mean, this is why I asked you, Michael. I called you up and I was like, hey, you got to hear Lacey's story because you're going to find it interesting. I think a lot of other people want to hear this too.
I'm livid about this. I am absolutely livid about this. And I'm the first thing, and I went onto the page immediately after I looked at the comments, and the first thing I had to say is, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing whatever it is you're going to say in the future, and I support you to have the free speech to actually do something. Then we can say, okay, it's good, it's bad, it's great, it's whatever it may be, but then it'll be its thing. But to say hello and get attacked and called a racist because you said hello, imagine anywhere else in America, imagine on CNBC, on Fox News, imagine any Republican, anyone going out and saying, you say hello, and they say you're a racist. You are a Nazi. How dare you say good morning?
Yeah, it was just basically upon opening the page, saying hi, and then I think it was within a few hours of opening it, I was already getting hate, or it was under 12 hours pretty much. I think it might have been the next day when I woke up, and I opened up the Facebook because I'm getting notifications, and responding to it, you have the free speech, say whatever you want, I don't really care, but at least have some type of evidence to back it up. There's nothing there.
Substance, some kind of substance.
Something.
Let me ask you, how did this make you feel? I know the left is very, very committed to feelings, how everyone feels. How did you feel being attacked for saying hello?
I was shocked, but honestly, it didn't bother me at all. If anything, it just makes me want to put out more messages because it shows that they're just trying to shut me down. So I'm just going to try harder now. If I'm already getting this hate right now, I can only imagine what's going to be happening when I do a tabling event in the next few weeks. So if anything, it's just riling up our base, and it's getting us ready for what's to come. Because if they want to shut me down now, then they could just keep it coming because they have the right to say anything they want. I don't care, but there's just nothing there, and it's just pointless. It's waste of time, waste of energy. It's like use it towards something else. If they really want to shut me down that bad, then, I don't know, I was also called a fascist as well. Yeah. Because it's kind of ironic, because if you're a fascist, then you shut down the opposite side.
They won't be able to make the comment.
If anything, they're more fascist than we supposedly are, as they say, because they're trying to shut the opposite side down, but we're trying to build them up. We have open voices for everybody in our group. I have progressives that want to come into my group, friends that I've talked with who lean on the opposite side. I'm open to it. It's free speech. But
let me ask you something, because I'm curious. You're part of Turning Point. Let me ask you, how did you get to that point? Let's start from there. What made you decide? Were you always a Republican? Were you always a conservative?
Yes, so I grew up in New Jersey, but my county's very red Republican. But I noticed throughout high school, a little bit of a gap started to open up, especially senior year. Seeing where people lean, it started to become a little bit more left. But I keep my conservative values, and it's what I believe in. I've been pushing this agenda. Even throughout high school, I'll always remain that way, where these are my beliefs, nothing's going to change. So I knew coming to campus, I was getting involved with John and Republicans and libertarians, and even like our newspaper, The Review, but there had to be another step beyond that, and it turned into Turning Point, ultimately.
Right, and I connected you with Turning Point. I'll add on to this. Lacey came to me, she was gung-ho, real firebrand, energetic. all the traits that I tend to look for because I see myself as those. So as soon as Lacey came to me, I connected her with the Leadership Institute, the conservative national organization, conservative libertarian, who specialize in setting up clubs like that. And I had told the club, I may not agree with Turning Point, but you know what? Anyone who wants to start a chapter, I am all for it. I will help you out 100% of the way. And our contact with Leadership Institute said, hey, why don't you start a Turning Point? And Lacey was gung-ho, so I said, let's do it.
So you're an entrepreneur. You're going out there to do something that no one else has done. You on something that's based in your beliefs, and people are attacking. There's some small-minded individuals who are attacking you on that. And if people don't like me, this is personal. This is freedom of speech. I believe in freedom of speech. So when someone's trying to shut it down, I get very, very aggravated and animated. So yes, I am. A little out of character for me, but we'll deal with it. So let me ask you this. This has happened. This was about 3 days ago? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. And in the last 3 days, what has been the response by Turning Point? What has been the response by Binghamton University?
I haven't gotten any direct response from Turning Point. I've spoken with people. It's expected that this is going to happen. But Binghamton students, I've actually had some other Republicans come out and support me. So it's been a little bit of a back and forth I've been noticing between people that are on the very far left and then other people that are just even like a moderate conservative, where it's, hey, just give it some time. You're just jumping to conclusions right now because calling us fascist for...
Okay, I want to be clear. Yeah. The moderates are telling the radicals, the fringe, who called you a racist for saying hello, they're telling them, hey, calm down, not you. Okay, I just want to be clear the way you were explaining. I want to make sure we know what people are saying. Yeah,
because I've responded back to a few, and I was saying, hey, we promote free speech. You have your opinion, I have mine. Show up to a meeting, come at least try it out once. But there's only so many people I could respond back to at the end of the day because, I don't have many comments, but I know it's just going to be an effect that's going to keep on happening because they keep on giving me 1-star reviews. Somehow I have a 2.6 out of 5 stars right now on Facebook. It's unbelievable, and we haven't even done anything yet. But I've just been responding back with, we promote free speech, but I'm leaving it right now to the public. So if they want to argue, I like watching it unfold because it ends up being, I get people who support me.
Okay. And I want to say very, very blatantly and very directly to those individuals on Facebook, the only reason why you're not being named right now is because that young woman said, please don't. Because Facebook is public. It is open to the public. Anyone can comment, and I was going to take your comments and show it to the world. She asked me not to. We're being nice. And I respect you, and I respect your wishes and Turning Point's wishes on that. So I'm not going to do that. But people can go and see for themselves all of the things that fit that Turning Point and what you're doing in that chapter, so they can evaluate it for themselves. And that's why I wanted to highlight it. But you can go out there and you can check it out yourself. And again, I'll show you the page so you can go to it directly, folks. And again, this is the Binghamton University Turning Point USA. And they have meetings. How often do you have meetings over there?
We're going to start meeting probably once every 2 weeks, would you say?
Yeah, probably.
As your president, so you're going to... So it's not officially recognized by the student government because we just wanted to cut out the bureaucracy. Lacey was like, I don't want to deal with the essay. I deal with the essay. I don't like dealing with the essay. So I'm letting her use the College Libertarians and College Republicans office whenever she wants to.
Okay, the SA is...
The student government, the student association.
Okay.
And I'll say this about Lacey, it's funny that all these people are acting like children, getting mad, throwing temper tantrums, calling her fascist. And, it's really hard for students to impress me. I see a lot of young conservative activists. Lacey's, in the face of this, her responses have been appropriate. They have been adult. It's just incredible to me to see, how Lacey's reacting to this as the new president of Turning Point. And that's what got me excited about, this chapter.
I wanted to talk about this issue from the moment that you brought it to my attention. But the thing that made me want to get you on, Lacey, is because of your responses. They are subtly First Amendment statements of you have the ability to speak, that's your thought. How about you come out and actually get a fact to go with your preconceived feelings that have no basis in truth, because there's nothing to base it on. There's nothing's been done. So, and I can't emphasize that enough. This is what progressivism is. It's making a decision based on a category. This is approved, that isn't approved, and you must hate things that aren't approved, even though you have no evidence to make a difference. And if we were going by the rules of Rashida Tlaib, how dare they? You're a young woman. How dare they pick on you? And again, I keep going back to, these are progressive rules I'm using here. These are the progressive ideals that I'm quoting, and yet these are the progressive ideals that progressives are violating because, well, they get to make the rules? I don't think so. You know, the First Amendment doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. Let me ask you. Has the student, so Binghamton University has not responded about this at all. Are they aware about it?
I do not know if they're aware.
Well, they're going to be now.
I assume that they are aware, though, because of some of the feedback I've been getting. And I've been doing my best, because once I get improved into a different, on Facebook, there's class of 2022, class of 2020. I've been adding myself in and then posting in the groups. So I'm assuming that they must have an idea what's going on right now.
You also invited college progressives, didn't you, to the first meeting?
I have not gotten a response back. It's been almost a week. I had a very, very nice message also. I said, hi, I'm Lacey. I'm the new founder. Please feel free, and let's work together in spreading new ideas. And let's, pretty much what I was saying, let's promote different ideologies. I'm open to it. Why not? It's free speech. No response.
Well, I find, well, that's something like I've always seen, and I've given out the message before, and I'll say it again, to the progressive leaders of tomorrow, Plot, who are in Binghamton, to the members of Antifa. They have a cell in Binghamton, and I know who some of you are, to the Democratic Socialists, to the Democrats in Binghamton. I have always said, please comment. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a dialogue. I'll have you on this show. I don't edit. Let's do it. I've talked to many of your leaders, and, you know, Assemblywoman Donald Pardo, County Executive Jason Garnar, many of the candidates that have run. I'm still waiting for Congressman Anthony Brindisi to speak to me for 3 years, to have an open, unedited conversation live with the public. Seems he's afraid of that. And it seems like Plot and Antifa and the Democratic Socialists also are afraid to actually show up and have their voice heard, which makes me wonder, what are they really standing for? If you believe in your issues, then talk about them. And I mean, talk, have a conversation, not yell, not scream. And that's something that you're saying as well.
Yes, because I always find it's a dichotomy basically between the party where they're always saying, we want to be tolerant, but you're not tolerating me, because they're not being tolerant. They're basically just attacking me for no good reason. There's nothing to be done. There's no reason to be coming out right now.
Let me ask, so you have obviously friends who are other freshmen. You have friends who are women, regardless of the political ideology. Yes. And some of them, or whatever color they may be, because I don't care. That doesn't matter. Yes. As women, are they feeling, or have they expressed that how they feel about this attack against you?
I have actually kept it pretty quiet because...
Oops. Too late. Okay.
I don't mind them knowing, but I know some people are they'll just shun me if they know I'm conservative.
Really?
Yes.
I know.
I mean, I've heard that over and over again, but every time I just can't believe that, especially for the younger, I mean, I get it sometimes, but that you guys have to deal with, gee, you can't be my friend because I have the wrong politics. You can't date me because I have the wrong politics. What's that got to do with who you are?
It has absolutely nothing to do, but it's something that I have to face also, where I'm to the point where, yes, I've been here for maybe about a month so far.
Right.
I know that when this does come out, I know there's some people that are sticking by me. Other people don't know, and I honestly think they're just going to be, hey, I don't want anything to do with you. That's fine. If you're that close-minded, then don't be friends with me. That's that's just how the cookie crumbles at the end of the day. But that's the environment that we're in now, where a lot of freshmen, I know people who, I'm more open with my views because I can support it, and it's something that I genuinely believe in. It's one of the few things where I can say, without a doubt, I'm a conservative, and I will always stand by those beliefs. Whereas I've been noticing some people, when they get to know me, they'll finally open up and be, hey, I'm a conservative, but like if we're talking in the dorms, they have to close the door because they get worried, basically.
So they have to be fearful.
There's
an environment of fear at Binghamton University. I know you watch this. I know County Executive Jason Garnar watches this. I know that Assemblywoman Donald Lapardo watches this. Your elected officials. This is your community. I know many of the members of Plot, of the Democratic Party. I know you all watch this. I talk with you on a regular basis, and I hear about what you have to say. This is what you're doing right now. There is an element of fear that is being conveyed. We're listening to her tell us. There is an element of fear, a culture of fear that is being grown in our university. Guys, do something. You got to fix this, because that's not right. That's not what America's about. That's not what our schools are supposed to be about. And if I have to be the only voice that stands up and says in the media that we should never allow this, and I'm saying that for progressives, I'm saying that for conservatives, libertarians, there is no one who should be fearful of others because they have a political ideology on a university, which is supposed to be a nurturing ground for free speech. Young people who are going to be the future of America. What are we teaching them? You should be afraid. You should hide in a closet so that no one knows what you are. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like the gay bashing that happened in the 50s and the 60s. Don't let anyone know. Hide in a closet because, you shouldn't let them know. And if you do, they'll attack you. That's the same kind of accusations that have been used, or statements that have been used to justify women being raped. She wore the wrong clothes, so she got raped. That's wrong. We've all agreed that's wrong. Then why is this okay? I'm asking the leadership of the Democratic Party. I'm asking the leadership of Plot, of Antifa. I'm asking the Democratic Socialists. I'm asking the elected officials. This is your party. This is what your party's putting out there. This is the result. This is what you are reaping from what you have sown. Do you agree with that? How about Binghamton University? Do you agree that you should have such an environment? This is Michael Voss who's saying this. I'm the only one who's speaking right now. I'll turn the picture off right now, and I'm letting you know this is me. No one else is making a comment here. I'm saying that. I'm a 51-year-old man who pays taxes for this university, and I don't want to see my taxes go to create a culture of fear where any woman, any man, any child, anyone of any race or religion has to go around and say, I'm afraid to be me. And I thought that's what the Democrats were out there promoting and championing. Apparently, that's not true. But enough of my tirade, and I apologize. I take the First Amendment very strongly. I take the future for you and all students very seriously. And I don't agree with anyone trying to step on that, because I don't know, you could be president one day, you could cure cancer, you could build, the next thing that replaces computers. Who knows? The future is wide open. I mean, what is it that you want to study?
I'm studying business right now, but ultimately, I don't know where that's going to lead me. I genuinely enjoy politics, though. We're going to see. I'm playing it by ear, but
you got time.
I have time, exactly.
You got time. And I think that in speaking with you and looking what you've been saying, and the fact that you have the drive to go out there and stand for what you believe, that's very encouraging to me. Because you look at every great leader, every great businessman we have out there, they all started with the same thing. They had a belief and a drive, and they said, I'm going to do it no matter what the adversity. We look at Mahatma Gandhi, we look at Dr. Martin Luther King, we look at Malcolm X. You can go through history. Individuals who faced adversity said, no, I believe I'm right. I believe this is the good cause. I'm going to fight and go forward even with adversity in front of me, and they succeeded. And I want you to remember that, because when they're giving you adversity like this, it's the fact that great people succeed because even though other people are trying to put them down, because their greatness cannot be contained. That includes you, and that includes everyone who stands up for themselves. I believe that entirely. And I support you. I want to hear your voice, and you are always welcome on this program at any time to speak out loud. And I hope that the other media like WNBF, WBNG, all of them, Spectrum News, they should all be following this up and make sure that the public knows that, you know what, it's not tolerated to attack people for saying hello. I can't say that enough. But I'm dominating this, and I don't mean to.
No.
But this is the first time you've been on. How is it so far?
I like it.
Having fun?
Yeah, it's fun.
Right.
No, it's nice being able to speak my views. I mean, I do it anyways on campus, but it's nice to be in a different environment doing it.
Well, people who aren't going to attack you for everything.
Yes.
You said something. Oh my God, I don't know. What's the word? Oh yeah, I'm triggered. Oh my God, I'm triggered. She spoke,
But you know what, Michael? I'll jump off on what you're saying. You know how people can help out for this cause? People in the community? Show up to our events.
That's true.
I'm kind of doing a plug here, but
Please
if
do.
they're attacking her for just opening up a Turning Point USA chapter, imagine how they're going to react when Arthur Laffer, Trump's former economic advisor to the Trump campaign, comes on campus. Imagine how they're going to react when we get a panel of experts to debate socialism, the case against socialism, which you're a part of.
Yes, I am.
You were graciously asked to be part of. People are very excited for you. They love seeing you.
I'm going to enjoy speaking about all of my experiences over in Russia for a year and a half during while the communist government existed.
Oh, yeah.
The end of the USSR and why it ended and what I saw there. So I'll have a great time speaking about that and just some of the other political ramifications. I know it's a great panel of people. We're talking about George Phillips. We're talking about Niger. Enos. I don't know why I said Nigel for a second there.
He's a good Farage probably. But.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have actual people coming. And when the community comes out and supports a controversial event, even if they don't agree with it, that's what we're here to discuss. Even if the Democratic Socialists go, well, how can they speak against socialism? Show up and debate them. Show up and debate, people like you. Show up and debate the causes that you believe in. We want to open up that dialogue. That's what we're here for. I'm personally against socialism. I think it's pretty messed up, and I think it's an evil. But come and debate it with me. Come and debate it with our panelists who are laying out those points. I mean...
Well, how are we supposed to know what's the best thing if we don't have that conversation?
Have the discussion. Exactly.
Weigh the pros and cons and say, hey, this is maybe the best path for America. I was just reminded of something. Great thought. Einstein.
Yeah.
He was rejected. Everyone laughed at him, said, oh, this is a guy, stock room. He's a clerk. What does he know? How smart could this guy be? We're not going to pay attention to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's what they started off with. Until someone actually paid attention and asked him a couple of questions and suddenly realized, wait a minute, this guy's brilliant and he's so far ahead of everyone else, we haven't figured out how to even begin to catch up to him. And here goes the modern world because of it. That is the inspiration. I hope that's an inspiration I can leave you with.
Yes.
That, you know what? Yeah, they just don't understand where you're at yet. And I can't wait to see what you're going to grow into and how you're going to blossom with that, because that adversity is what can fuel you. And I look forward to it. And I want to be at the first event there. I want to hear you speaking. And I want to see them have a conversation, not screaming, not some stupid protest, shouting words and not listening to anyone. Having a conversation and saying, hey, here's some ideas. Because I don't know. I can't even imagine where I'm not 18. It's got to be, who knows what the future is, yeah.
No, because especially even bring it back to the campus at Binghamton. We were sitting, I have a great professor for business law, but thank God, even though he's even said, because we're friends with him on Facebook, he's outright, he says he's a Democrat, but he lets us all express our views. But when we initially walked in there, I remember we were doing something with abortion, basically. So you can imagine me, and he goes, take a pro-life. Because, he kind of caught on to it a little bit, because he's like, debate next class, you take pro-life, somebody else take pro-choice. I was very hesitant walking in there. Ultimately, the next day, it's like, oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen. This isn't gonna be good. I'm gonna fail at this class.
Right.
But it's really funny because everybody's quiet, and until I say something pro-life based off the Constitution,
Right.
then all of a sudden you hear, oh no, this, that, and then you hear a bunch of other people start opening their mouths, basically.
Because the people have thoughts. Yeah.
Yes, because, and then all of a sudden it's a lot of pro-lifers end up being in the class, and the pro-choice people, you don't really hear them talking at all. You know who they are, but all of a sudden you get all the voices coming out, because it's like one person comes out, and then especially in the conservative community, it makes people feel more comfortable because there's so
alone.
They see
few.
leaders, yeah,
There's so
exactly.
few and
See
far
leaders
between.
like you and me and others, not to toot my own horn, but yeah.
No, well, leaders lead. That's how you inspire others, because when no one else is willing to say something, you do.
Yes.
And that's a great thing.
And I think we talked about this one time, Michael. It's very brave that you did that. I know I've had professors threaten to dox points when I speak up and stuff like that.
And I'm against that. I can't stand when professors bring their personal views.
Oh yeah,
into
because
a
my speech
classroom.
might go too far, quote unquote. Well, what does that mean?
Yeah, I have teachers, when you've dealt with that, Lacey, I have teachers gone and said, oh, well, you're too political or you're too right-leaning for our class, that's been a problem. Has that happened?
Thank God not. But only in business laws where we really have that big discussion. But it's a very open. Everybody can talk freely, and I haven't had to face a class that's with teachers threatening to ruin grades, because we have very open discussions, which I'm thankful for. But I know my friends in other classes who are political science majors, because I'm in the business school, which it's generally more conservative, who are political science majors, they've been coming up with issues, and they're coming to me. They're like, do I post this? Do I not post it for their PowerPoints? I don't notice anything wrong in it. They're just stating their opinions, and they're scared that they're going to fail the class, basically, if they post.
It's that fear.
It happens, yeah, and it's a different field because I'm in liberal arts more so, but it definitely happens, and that's why we need people coming out to our events and supporting us.
Well, I think everyone should, and hopefully this will help encourage you, because I've said it before when you've been on as John the intern on the program. I say it again. I say it when I've been speaking at Binghamton University, when I will be speaking there, and when Mr. Laffer comes on, that we need to cultivate and experience this. We are not alone. There are many Americans, some of them are Democrats, some of them are libertarians, that are conservative in some of their views or all of their views. And we're not the only ones. The media wants you to think that. Social media wants to think that. Social media doesn't want you to even see this. They blocked us, we couldn't get a signal, even though we tried 5 times, which is going to look horrible on my sites, and I have to do a lot of work to fix that. But that's all right, because we're still going to get the message out, because we're not alone. And your support, share, showing up at the events, lending your voice on Facebook in support of, free speech, the basic, first fundamental rule of America. That's something we all should be able to agree with. And denying someone outright that ability, I think, is wrong. So we've got about a minute left. I know we got to go, and then I'm going to try and post this up kind of quickly onto YouTube so people can see it, and then I'll fix it afterwards. I just want to get the post out there so people can see it. Let me give the final thoughts. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds, John.
Yeah.
But you're going to get the final thoughts here.
Okay.
So go ahead, John.
And I think my final thoughts on the matter is this. I'm so lucky to be meeting so many young conservatives coming into the school and fighting alongside me, because sometimes it does feel like a one-street battle. But, with people like you, people like Lacey, people like my friend Preston and John and Bryn and Brian, with all of their support and all of their support on Lacey's Facebook page, it shows that, we're united, and hopefully that can inspire students.
That's always a beautiful thing. Lacey.
Yes, and ultimately, just to play off what John even said, it's more or less creating that community where we have that open discussion where even if you're conservative, liberal, being able just to say it, you don't have to close the door and talk quietly. You don't have to be scared. Say what you have to, and if you get backlash, then just face it head on. That's what I've been doing. And just take it like a grain of salt at the end of the day. That's your opinion, and just stand by it. There's nothing to hide behind at the end of the day.
I love that. I love that. And folks, I hope you have enjoyed this conversation as well. I always look forward to your comments on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, responding back to us. I want to hear it. I always respond to the comments. I want to hear your comments on this. I want to know if you're a college student anywhere in America and you've had to face these same things, please let us know. What college was that? What happened? And how did you deal with it? Let's inspire others to speak up, and let's inspire others to say, hey, we're not alone. You can't get away with that. That's what I want to do. And I want to thank you. I tell everyone, go check out the Turning Point USA at Binghamton University. Hear them speak, hear and watch what they have to do, what they're doing, and what they have to say. I tell you, check out the College Republicans and the College Libertarians. Hear what they have to say. Find out the facts for yourself. And of course, come back to No Soundbites Allowed. Check out what I have to say, and you're going to get a lot there, because I guarantee you this is not the last time I'm going to be speaking with Lacey or John or to you about all the issues that are going on out there. I hope we're all going to have fun, and until the next time, please speak up, be free, and be American, because that's a wonderful thing. I'll talk to you all again very soon.